Good morning, ma'am. Why we are here for this?
Yes, sure.
Today we are going to study a new chapter. I will introduce a new chapter about the morphology of the plant.
Okay.
Okay. Now let us. I would ask you, what is this? What is this? Plant. Would you like to see some more plants available in the nature?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Let us move to the ground where will be. I'll be asking you to look at different type of. What you have to do over there? You just have to go all around the campus, school campus, and find out different type of plants from there. Means we'll be moving to the ground. We'll be taking out one monocot plant, one dicot plant. Then we'll be studying about the structure of it. Then we'll move back to the same class. Okay?
Yes.
Now let us move to the ground. Come here. Please carry your notebook and pencil with you. Now this is the place where we are going to study about the plant. Okay? Now what you have to do is you have to make group of three students, uproot a plant and then explain me the structure of it. Divide yourself in the groups. Divide yourself in the groups. 4 children, 5 children. Divide yourself. One of the group moves that side. Uproot a plant and bring it here. You also find out some plant over there. 3 children can move this side. Uproot a plant. Come back to the same place. Place, we shall have a discussion of what we have seen. Come here. All of you stand as per the groups. Stand as per the groups. Group number 1, please come this side. Group number 2. Yes, you can stand here. Group number 3. Okay, what did you find? Come. What did you find?
We found out that it is a taproot.
Yeah. What is this?
Stem.
What is this whole structure called as?
Plant.
This is a plant. And what are the structures? Can you explain?
This is the stem, leaves, the roots.
Okay. Please take care of this. The next group. बेटा आपने क्या देखा? What did you observe in the ground?
Fibrous root. It has parallel ventilation. It has chlorine and also it's bending towards the light because of oxygen hormone. We saw it where the sunlight was present. It was bent like this. And
Yes,
it's
very
so
good,
it's
very
a growing
good.
plant.
Very good. Now let us move to the group number 3.
Ma'am, this plant has tap roots
Yeah.
and fibrous stem.
And there are 2 plants.
Now,
Yes, ma'am. Stem. First of all, plants and stem, and then this has tap roots and leaves for obviously for photosynthesis, and for plant distribution it has these fur-like structures that fly with the wind and distribute its seeds on the plant.
Okay, very good, very good. Now children, what we have learned is the external, all of you come nearer. Now you can see around us, like I'll uproot this plant. I'll uproot this plant. Okay, you all have done the activity.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you have seen this is called as a plant. Okay. Now what is inside it we are not able to see. We are only able to see the external feature of this. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the external structure of the plant is called as morphology. When you study the external features of a plant, it is called as morphology of the plant. Right?
Yes.
So let us study the parts of it. I'll ask one by one. What is this called as?
Roots.
Roots. What is this?
Stem.
What is this?
Leaves.
And these are
Flowers.
And the branches and the birds also, right? Okay. Now let us have a look on different type. We are going to study about the structure called the root. Okay. I'll break the plant from here. So one of you please hold this root. Another root I'll be taking out from here. Do you find the difference between these two type of the roots?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What is the difference?
Fibrous root and
Fibrous root and taproot.
Which is fibrous root?
This one.
This is fibrous. What is this root?
Taproot.
Taproot. So what is the basic difference between these two types of roots?
In fibrous root there are a lot of thin strands of roots, while in taproot there is one main root out of which many other roots are growing out of.
Okay. So if you look at the structure of the root, there are basically if you look at, one will be taproot, another will be fibrous root. If you look the structure, just one of you hold it. If you look at the structure of the taproot, what you can see that it develops from the radicle. Directly the radical part grows and turn into the root. Okay, it has got root hairs in it. Now in case of the fibrous root, what you observe is that the root divides from the base itself. Okay, divides into different parts from the base itself. And these kind of plants will be called as, the plant which shows such kind of root system will be called as
Fibrous.
plants. Which kind of plant will show this kind of monocot? Monocot. Which kind of plant shows this kind of dicot? Okay. Have you seen any other modifications of the root? You have seen? Okay. You have not noticed. Okay. Can you tell me what is the function? What you have observed over here, that root has got certain function. What is it?
To absorb nutrients and water from soil.
Another
Any
important
mineral.
function?
To hold the plant.
Hold the
plant
plant on the soil. Okay. Now let us move back to the class. And I do have some more samples of the roots present with me, showing different modification. Now we shall move to the class now.
It's not necessary that our root will always be in the ground. There are trees which have their roots outside.
Very good. There
Outside
are
of the
trees
ground.
which have the root
Banyan.
outside, right?
Also many
Ma'am,
vines.
there's a sort of tree that has its roots upwards and it even moves to get to
Very good, very good. Now we shall move to the classroom.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll show you different type of samples which I have brought for you, plus some images which I'll be showing it through the extra marks
And
level.
plants
Okay.
roots will travel under the ground, and then it grows another plant. So those plants roots are connected to each other.
Yeah, the roots are always in the positive geotropic.
Roots are always positively geotrophic. Very good. Any other point for the roots? Okay, now shall we move back to the classroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Move. Children, come, let us move back to the class. Have you got a plan with you? Back to the class. What was your observation when you went to the ground?
About different types of.
Raise your hand. Yes. What did you observe in the ground?
We learned first of all about basic parts of a plant. Then we learned about the different types of roots. There are two types of root: tap root, and then there is the fibrous root. we learned the main difference that fibrous root divides from the base into different thin roots, while taproot it grows from the it has a main root which later divides into thin roots.
Okay, what are the functions of the roots?
2.
Another child. What are the functions of the root? Feel out, please.
To absorb the nutrients and minerals from the soil and even to hold them.
Another point, if you remember, what are the functions is?
Another function of the root is it helps to hold the plant to the soil, and that also prevents the soil erosion.
Okay, very good. Have you seen any such kind of modifications of the root which you eat? Any modified part of the root? Any other kind of roots have you observed? What is this?
Beetroot.
Beetroot. Root we have used it out. What is this? Is it root or a stem? It is a stem. It is a root. Somebody is saying stem, who is saying root? Please raise your hand. Who agrees that this is a root and who agrees that this is a shoot? Who says it is a shoot? It's a shoot. Okay.
I say so.
Triyosh is saying shoot. Who says it's a root? Okay, that means the concept of the root and shoot is still a little bit not clear to you. Anyways, I'll explain you this. What is this? Root or a shoot? It's a root. Now how did you identify? What is this? It's a root, obviously. Now how do you identify this is a root and this is a shoot? This is not a root, this is a shoot. Because root will always have root hairs present. So if you look at the structure of the root, would you observe that root consists of the root hairs? Okay? Every time you observe the root, you will see that root hairs are present. Besides these two types of roots which you have seen in the ground, we have one more kind. We have some other kind of the roots available. You may not be knowing it. I'll show you the images of those. Now, I'll click on the extra marks module and we'll see what is there in the root. So, let us move to the term morphology. What is morphology? The study of morphology, right? Now these plants part you have seen, root system, shoot system, you can see flowers, fruits, leaf, everything which we have seen outside in the ground. So root system and the shoot system. We are going to study about the root system today, right? Parts of the plants we have already seen. Now if you see which part of the plant is called as root, the descending portion of the plant axis will be called as root. Now let us see the structure of the primary root. You can see root hairs which I have already shown you here. Root hairs, this is the main root which is called as primary root, and then secondary root and further root hairs. We have seen this. So I am not going to take it from here. I will show you different types of root which you might not have seen. I already have the samples.
Yes.
Different types of the root. These are the taproot. Examples. We have already gone to the ground to see the examples of it.
Yes.
Now the taproot system, they are mainly found in case of the diploid. These are the functions which you have already told. You will see some modification. Fibrous root also you know.
Yes.
You know about the fibrous. These are the images of different fibrous root. Where are the fibrous root found? It extends the plant exposure to the soil, water and the minerals. This is the fibrous root we have seen. Okay. Now the third kind of root which I was talking about. Adventitious root. Usually what happens, the root arises from the base.
Yes.
Like when the seed germinates, it has got a radical, it has got a plumule. So radical develops to form the root. But if the root is developing from any other part except this part, it will be called as adventitious root. Okay? Have you seen? Can you give any example? Very good. Any other? Sugar cane. Any other? Sweet potato. Many other. image. Let us know about some more. They can arise from the leaf, they can arise from the stem. They do not grow from the radicle, but they arise from some other part. Because we don't have the access to it, so I am showing it here. Example, you know about it. Then the structure. This is the anatomical structure, so I am not going into the anatomy part of it. Now, deletion of the root where root hairs are found. Zone of elongation, zone of division.
Elongation.
Zone of elongation. Let us see the answer. It contains permanent tissue. That means it should be zone of maturation. Now we shall study about the modifications of the roots. Like I have shown you, the roots may be modified to perform different functions. What functions have you seen with the modified roots? Roots may be modified to perform the function of what? What is the function of this root here? It is modified for the eating purpose, that is storage.
Yes.
Have you seen any root which helps in anchoring the plant properly? Modification when we talk about, which arises from the upper part. What is the role of that? Adventitious.
The banyan tree grows very long, so it's important for it to support. So the aerial roots are grown from the branches.
Right. Any other? Have you seen a root coming out of the soil and breathing? Do roots breathe? Do roots require oxygen? That means they require breathing. So that means when the plant is in the soil has to be loose and it must have air, isn't it? That is why turning of the soil is done usually.
Yes.
Turn around the soil when we grow any kind of crop. Mixing of the air, that helps in the process of germination. Because that is something which is important for the plant. Okay? So in case of waterlogged condition, when there is a lot of water filled in the ground, would the plant be able to get oxygen? Roots will be able to get oxygen? Waterlogging place. That time what do they have to do? They have to search air, oxygen. So they will be turning out and moving out. Let us see how they do it. These are some of the modifications. First is called as prop root. You can see some of the examples here. These are prop roots. You can see one of the pics over here of the prop root arises from the stem and penetrates the soil.
Yes.
Okay. Then another modification, still root. In case of they grow obliquely down, additional support as well as encourage. Very common example is maize and sugar. You can observe it. Posterior root. What are these kind of roots? The roots which can the plants which cannot get the nutrition from the soil. So they are parasitic.
They are parasitic and depend on other plants. The amarbale.
Yes. Example. Right?
Yes.
Storage. We have seen the roots here. They are basically meant for the
Carrot.
storage.
Carrots.
Another examples. Radish, carrot, turnip. These are all the roots which helps in the storage of the food. So let us see some of the examples here. These are different types. Conical root, napiform. These are different shapes. This type of root will be called as conical because it has got a structure of the cone. These type of roots will be the napiforms. Okay? Pneumatophore. This is another kind of root which will be pneumatophore. What you observe here is that root is coming out of the soil. Usually the root has to go in the soil, but they are coming out of the soil. Why? I told you the condition for the water.
So if there is not enough oxygen inside the soil, it will come out to breathe oxygen because it is required for germination.
Because under the soil there is water.
Now,
Yes.
now can I ask something?
Yes.
Now I have a doubt. I read in the book that the roots always move towards the positive geotrope. So how come the roots are rising above like this?
She's true that roots are always geotropic in nature, but certain times the modification has to be done in case if they are not able to meet the set requirement. because the main function of the root is to anchor the soil. But in case of, that is why I have used the modifications. They are different from the normal roots. They are modified. They are specially modified to carry out some function. Exceptions. And why the modifications are required? Because of some other reason.
Some conditions.
Like some cases they have to store, in some cases the stem is weak, they have to anchor it, in some cases like in the banyan tree where the tree is quite very large, some supporting structures required, so roots get modified to perform different functions. This is what we want to know. What are the different modifications we do? Got it? So, this is hematophore. Let us see what is their functions. Formed by certain strata, burning trees means wherever we see lot of water over there where the roots or the soil is not able to access the air. In that case, waterlogging takes place, and wherever the waterlogging takes place, the plant cannot get the oxygen directly. So the roots have to move upside like this way, so that they can freely breathe in and can meet the requirement. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us have a quiz related to this content.
Okay.
Okay. Play a quiz?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have already learned about the morphology. Bit of morphology का आपको थोड़ा बहुत idea लग गया होगा.
Yes,
Let us see how much you have learned.
Okay.
Okay. There is an online quiz which is available. I have just taken out the quiz and we'll be discussing what would the answer. Let us see how many of you get it correct. What secondary function do all three groups perform?
Can you say again?
The question is here in front of you. Question is here in front of you. You can just tell me which one. Translocation. Okay, let us see. Marks, how much you will be getting, that will be discussed at the end. The answer is no. Okay, question number 2. Which part the statue system has one of its characteristic features? This you can answer easily. Quick.
Mustard.
Okay, loudly.
Mustard.
Very good. Let us move back to the next question. Answer is correct. What are the forces through which halophytes exchange gas called as? Quit? Shall we quit the question? If you do not know the answer, or we shall give it a try? The question which are not able to, we shall try. In which plant fusiform root is found? Sweet potato. It is radish. What are the roots which are thick and fleshy and do not maintain any definite shape called as? Which do not have any defined shape. Fusiform. Okay, let us see. Tuberous. I'll share this link with you. Okay? The link of the quiz will be shared with you. What assignment I am giving you for today, what you have to do is you just have to go around outside, around in your locality, see different type of plants existing over there, write a brief report on what you have observed. Okay? Now this was incorrect answer. The answer is tuberous. Now the next question. The root of which of the following plants function in respiration? Respiration. Okay, let us see. Rhizophora. Correct. Which kind of food is present in sweet potato?
Tuberous adventitious.
Sweet potato, tuberous, adventitious. So, let us check. What kind of food is present in the sweet potato? One by one, please. You tell.
Tuberous adventitious.
Yes.
Not tuberous adventitious. I am tuberous adventitious.
Tuberous adventitious. Now let us see what is the answer. It's correct. Clap for yourself.
Beaded roots. Beaded roots.
Needed? Annulated. Annulated? Let us see. Correct. Which of the following parts are found, are fibrous root found? Wheat. One of you please. Wheat. Wheat? Is it wheat?
Gram.
Gram? Fibrous root. Monocut, just remember the word wheat. Wheat. Wheat is better option. Next. Question number 11. Which of the following plants have conical roots?
Darkness.
Conical root. Carrot, right?
Yes.
It's correct. Clap for yourself. When use round of applause to your own self. Now, what is adventitious root with beaded appearance called as? Which one should I click? Second one. It's wrong answer. Which kind of root is beetroot? Beetroot.
Napiform.
Napiform.
Yes.
Correct. Correct. Put out the wrong match for the following. Put out the wrong match for the following. Think over it. Vegetative reproduction, bryophyllum, very common. Symbiosis.
Yes.
Hygroscopic which absorb water. And then floating and balancing.
Third one.
Third one. Let us check the answer. You are correct. The last question. Which is the plant which bear nematophores called as? Halophytes? How many agree with this? Let us check the answer.
That was it.
Now we have to sign in to see the result. 67% score you have got. That is 10 out of 15.
Yes.
Right? And the link to this quiz I am sharing with you through mail, or we have got this WhatsApp group
Yes.
in which I will be sharing the link with you. So just practice some more kind of quiz. Okay?
Yes.
Now before I leave, I would just like to know from all of you, one by one you will come over here and explain me what is your learning. Then we move back. Tomorrow we'll be coming to the school. We'll discuss what you all have observed. Now, before leaving, I would just like to tell you one thing is that you are going to prepare a lab book like this. This is a lab book which you all would be preparing. This is the ready-made lab book which I have made in class 10. So I am sharing it with you. This is the lab book which you are going to prepare. Here outside you are going to write the topic of it. Then inside you are going to write all the information related to the content. It's up to you because it's your lab book. As many information you like you can have inside it. It's your creation, it will be your creation. And tomorrow we are going to play a snake and ladder game. Okay? And those who are interested to play, they'll have to revise the chapter. Now how we are going to play this snake and ladder game, that I have got questions over here. I'll explain you the rule. Okay? The game will be playing tomorrow. I'll explain you the rules. We have got snake and ladder. We'll play with the dice and the coins. If you reach to this part where you have to move up, there we have a question. If you are able to answer it correctly, then only you will be able to move up. Else you will not be allowed to move. Similarly, on the mouth of the snake, we have again another question. If you give the answer correct, you are not going to go down. You will stay there. But if your answer is wrong, you will move back, move to the lower side. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, is everything clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I ask you some more questions?
Yes.
What do you mean by the term morphology? One by one, please.
And the study of the external features of the plants.
Okay. Which different type of roots modification do we find in the nature? Different type of root modifications. Modification for storage. What are the different types? We have just looked at.
Fusiform, conical, tuberous.
Yes, very good. Sit down. Other modification the root. When the root comes out of the water for nematodes. Very good. Any other example? What are crop roots?
Which are down but then they come up for soil.
Crop root and still root.
Crop roots are the
Hanging root. Still root?
Which both the anthrates, which act as the anthrates for the
Still root. Thank you so much, children. This much is for today.